Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jai Shri Radha Shiv Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiv Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiv Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopi Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapt Kanchan Gorangi Radhe Vrindaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय
जय
हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, uncle.
हरे कृष्णा मित्रों
हरे कृष्णा एवरीबॉडी हरे कृष्णा
जय हेलो निशा हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna.
all right, so we are reading chapter 20th, yeah, and canto 3. और जैसा कि हम लोग अभी पढ़ रहे थे, विदुर महात्मा ने मैत्रेय मुनि से पूछा है कि हाउ Shambhu Manu started expanding the universe, yeah, how all the living entities came in existence. तो हम लोगों ने लास्ट 2-3 दिन में we read about Karnodakshay Vishnu, and then Garbhodakshay Vishnu, yeah, and then Kshirodakshay Vishnu, and then we saw how from Garbhodakshay Vishnu, from the Nabhi, the Kamal, the lotus, it was कितना प्रकाशमान था. It was like about more than 1,000 suns, 1000 सूर्य के बराबर प्रकाशमान. And फिर उसमें से लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा जी आए. And then लॉर्ड ब्रह्मा जी का भी हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं. So as we saw, like we had this moha and all these 5 elements got generated, and then Rakshas and Yakshas got generated as well. Yeah, and then when Rakshas got generated from Lord Brahma, the Rakshas were very lusty, yeah, so they had a lot of lust, and they started chasing Lord Brahma himself. Yeah, that's where we are. And so now we're reading Shlok 24. So Anilji.
ततो हसंस भगवान सुरैर्निर्पत्रपयः अन्वीयमानस्तरसा क्रुद्धो भीता परापतत्. The worshipful Brahma first laughed at their stupidity, but finding the shameless asuras close upon him, he grew indignant and ran in great haste out of fear. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So as is mentioned, like Lord Brahmaji himself, ran out of fear. Ravi?
स उपवज्रस्य वरदं प्रपन्न तीर्हरं हरिम् अनुग्रहाय भक्तानां मनोरूपात्मदर्शनम्. He approached the personality of God ahead, who bestows all boons and who dispels the agony of his devotees and of those who take shelter of his lotus feet. He manifests his innumerable transcendental forms for the satisfaction of his devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So when Lord Brahmaji is running, where is he going to go? Right? So there is nowhere else other than the personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah? And it's mentioned that Lord Shri Krishna, personality of Godhead, bestows all boons. Who can give all the boons, right? Vardham. Then it says, who dispels the agony of his devotees and of those who take shelter of his lotus feet. So yeah, Prapannati Haram, Harim, yeah, the Lord. And it also says here, Bhaktanam Anurupatma Atma Darshanam. Like he manifests his innumerable transcendental forms for the satisfaction of his devotees. Yeah, so Lord Brahma approaches Lord Vishnu. Yeah, and let's just read some purport here, Mithu.
All the forms of the Lord are eternal. It is the devotee's inclination to worship a particular form, and he engages in devotional service to that form. In a verse in the Ramayana, Hanuman, the great devotee of Ram, said, I know that there is no difference between the Sita Ram and Lakshmi Narayan forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but nevertheless, the form of Ram and Sita has absorbed my affection and love. Therefore, I want to see the Lord in the forms of Ram and Sita. Similarly, the Gaudiya Vaishnav loves the forms of Radha and Krishna and Rukmini at Dwarka.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so the Lord himself, as we read, yeah, manifests his innumerable transcendental forms for the satisfaction of his devotees. And so that's what, the example given you of Hanumanji himself, who of course, as we know, wanted to see the Lord in the forms of Ram and Sita. Yeah, and then let's read this, Sachin.
The words Bhaktanam Anurupatma Darshanam means that the Lord is always pleased to favor the devotee in the particular form in which the devotee wants to worship and render service unto him. In this verse, it is stated that Brahma approached Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This form of the Lord is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Whenever there is some trouble and Brahma has to approach the Lord, he can approach Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. And it is the grace of the Lord that whenever Brahma approaches about disturbances in the universe, the Lord gives him relief in so many ways. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, and we have read it so many times, right? Like whatever happens, and then Lord Brahma and approaches Lord Vishnu, and then, all right? So that's Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Yeah. Ajay?
पाहि मा परमात्मं स्मते प्रेषणे नासृजं प्रजाः ता इमा यभन्ते पापा उपाक्रामन्ते मा प्रभो. Lord Brahma, approaching the Lord, addressed him thus, My Lord, please protect me from these sinful demons who were created by me under your order. They are infuriated by an appetite for sex and have to come to attack me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So describe those Rakshasas are and Lord Brahma is praying to Lord Vishnu. Yeah. Sachin?
Tvamekah kila lokanam krishtanam kleshanashanah Tvamekah kleshadashtesh shamana sannapadam tava. My Lord, you are the only one capable of ending the affliction of the distressed and inflicting agony on those who never resort to your feet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Lord Vishnu is the only one who can help out. Anisha?
So avadharyasya karpanyam vivikadhyatmadarshanah vimunchatmatanum ghoramityukto vimumochah. The Lord, who can distinctly see the minds of others, perceived Brahma's distress and said to him, Cast off this impure body of yours. Thus commanded by the Lord, Brahma cast off his body. Hare Krishna.
All right. So by listening to Lord Vishnu, cast off this impure body of yours, Lord Brahmaji casted his body off. Yeah. And so what we are reading right now is how everything got generated, right? Like how the universe came and how the Rakshas came. All these five we read about, like Tamas Guns came, right? How the whole thing is coming together is what is being described by Maitreya Muni to Mahatma Vidur. Yeah. Mithu, you will read.
When Charanam Bhojam Mad Vivala Lochanam Kanchi Kalap Virashad Dukula Chana Rodhasham. The body given up by Brahma took the form of the evening twilight when the day and night meet, a time which kindles passion. The Asuras, who are passionate by nature, dominated as they are by the element of Rajas, took it for a damsel whose lotus feet resounded with the tinkling of anklets, whose eyes were wide with intoxication, and whose hips were covered by fine cloth over which shone a girdle. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Yeah. So Lord Brahmaji takes a shape of a Sandhya. This is what is being mentioned here. Tarun?
Anyonya Slesayo Tunga Tunga Nirantara Payodharam Sunasam Sudhija Snigdha Hasa Lilyo Valoka Nama. Her breasts projected upwards because of their clinging to each other, and they were too contiguous to admit any intervening space. She had a shapely nose and beautiful teeth. A lovely smile played on her lips, and she cast a sportful glance at the Asuras. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. So the Asuras are chasing, and Lord Brahmaji took a shape of you can see the screen, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Anilji?
जी हाँ अहो रूप महो धैर्य महो अस्या नवम वयः मध्ये कामयामानानां makamev visarpati. The demons praised her. Oh, what a beauty, what rare self-control, what a budding youth in the midst of us all who are passionately longing for her. She is moving about like one absolutely free from passion. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
वितर्कयन्तो बहुधा तां सन्ध्यां प्रमदा कृतिम् अभिसंभाव्य विश्रम्भा प्रत्रिय पुच्छन् कुमेधसः. Indulging in various speculations about the evening twilight, which appeared to them endowed with the form of a young woman, the wicked-minded Asuras treated her with respect and fondly spoke to her as follows. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ravi? Ravi, unmute.
Mute. Open. Kasi kasyasi rambhoru kovartastre bhamini. Rupadravina parnyena durbhagno vibhadase. Who are you, O pretty girl? Whose wife or daughter are you? And what can be the object of your appearing before us? Why do you tantalizing us? unfortunate us as we are with the priceless commodity of your beauty. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So the asuras, the Rakshasas are talking to Lord Brahmaji's Sandhya Swarup, right? That's what he takes the form of. Nisha?
यावा काचित्वं बले दृष्ट्या सन्दर्शनं तव उत्सुनोषि क्षमाणानां कण्टुकक्रीडया मनः. Whosoever you may be, O beautiful girl, we are fortunate in being able to see you. While playing with a ball, you have agitated the minds of all onlookers. Hare Krishna.
Hare. Yeah. It says that, in the Bhagavatam, it is stated that Brahma Sankhya is spiritual happiness is unending. Foolish creatures are enamored by the beauty of matter and think that the enjoyment it offers is real, but actually that is not real enjoyment. So just distinguishing between the spiritual and physical enjoyment here. Sachin?
Naiketra te jayati shalini padmam Gantya muhu karatalena patatpa tangam madhyam vishidati bruhastana bhara bhitam shanteva drushtir mala shukhisa samuha. O beautiful woman, when you strike the bouncing ball against the ground with your hand again and again, your lotus feet do not stay in one place. Oppressed by the weight of your full-grown breasts, your waist becomes fatigued and your clear vision grows dull. As it were, pray braid your comely hair. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So the asuras continuously praising the beauty for Anilji?
Yeah. Iti sayantanim sandhyam sura pramadayatim pralobhayantim jagra hurmatva mudadhyastriyam. The asuras, clouded in their understanding, took the evening twilight to be a beautiful woman showing herself in her alluring forms, and they seized her. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Tarun?
Prahasya bhava gambhiram jihirantrayantamanam atmana kantya sarja bhagwanam gandharva parasram gananam. With a laugh full of deep significance, the worshipful Brahma then evolved by his own loveliness, which seemed to enjoy itself by itself, the host of Gandharvas and Apsaras. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So Lord Brahma himself that time, so Gandharvas and Apsaras are produced. And I just read this. Mithu?
It is not here, Bhaiya, it is me, Reena.
Oh, Reenaji?
Hare
Padenge?
Krishna. Yes, the musicians in the upper planetary systems are called Gandharvas and the dancing girls are called Apsaras. After being attacked by the demons and evolving a form of a beautiful woman in the twilight, Brahma next created Gandharvas and Apsaras. Music and dancing employed in sense gratification are to be accepted as demoniac, but the same music and dancing, when employed in glorifying the Supreme Lord as Kirtana, are transcendental and they bring about a life completely fit for spiritual enjoyment. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So as you can see, everything is divided into those three gunas, right? And what are those three gunas? Like your Satogun,
Rajagun and Tamogun.
Rajogun and Tamogun, right? So all the activities in this universe, and in fact, even whatever we eat, whatever we do, right? Everything is in those three, falls into those three buckets. And of course, to go back to Godhead, it's about leaning more and more towards Satogun. And that's what is being mentioned, right? When we employ it in glorifying the Supreme Lord as Kirtan, that becomes transcendental. And they bring about a life completely fit for spiritual enjoyment. Yeah. Ravi?
विसर्ज तनु वा वैत्यो ज्योत्स्ना कांतिमति प्रिया त एव चाददुर प्रीत्या विश्वासु पुरोगमाः. After that, Brahma gave up the shining and beloved form of moonlight, Vivasvasu, and other Gandharvas gladly took possession of it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So after that, Lord Brahma gave up that form as well. Nisha?
दृष्ट्वा भूतपिशाचाश्चं भगवानत्मद्विन्द्रा दिग्वाससो मुक्तकेशान् वीक्ष्य चामिलयदृशो. The glorious Brahma next evolved from his sloth the ghosts and fiends, but he closed his eyes when he saw them stand naked with their hair scattered. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so then even the ghosts and fiends are produced by Lord Brahma himself, right? And it's all the ghosts and mischievous are also the creation of Brahma. They are not false. Yeah, it says here, all of them are meant for putting the conditioned soul into various miseries. And they are understood to be the creation of Brahma under the direction of the Supreme Lord. And that's how the law of karma gets into action, right? Ajay?
Jagrihasti srishtam tam jambhavana khyam tanu prabho nidra minde yavikledu yaya bhuteshu drishyate yunochi ishta dharshanti tamanmad prachakshate. The ghosts and the hobgoblins took possession of the body thrown off in the form of yawning by Brahma, the creator of the living entities. This is also known as the sleep which caused drooling. The hobgoblins and ghosts attack men who are impure, and their attack is spoken of as insanity. Hare Krishna.
Right, so the ghosts and the other entities are being described there. Arun?
Urjvasvantanam manyam atmanam bhagwanajaha sadhyanam gananam pitra grananam paroshena sajatra prabhuha. Recognizing himself to be full of desire and energy, the worshipful Brahma, the creator of the living entities, evolved from his own invisible form, from his navel, the host of Sandhyas and Pitas. Hare Krishna.
The Sandhya and Pitas. Basically, they are the Pitra, right? The invisible forms of departed souls. And they are also created by Lord Brahma. Rinaji?
So Atmasargam tam kayam pitarah pratipedire sadhyebhyascha pitribhyascha bhavyo yadvit tanvate. The Pitas themselves took possession of the invisible body, the source of their existence. It is through the medium of this invisible body that those well versed in the rituals offer oblations to the sadhyas and pitas in the form of their departed ancestors on the occasion of Sraddha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So on the occasion of Shraddh, as we all know, right? Like I think most of us know, right? This is the time. This is a Shraddh Paksh going on right now, right? It started a week before, and this is when we give respect and to our Pitra Devs, right? And the departed souls, forefathers. So that's the Shraddh Paksh. And actually, it's nicely mentioned here. Let's read one paragraph at least here, Nisha.
Shraddha is a ritualistic performance observed by the followers of the Vedas. There is a yearly occasion of 15 days that ritualistic religionists follow the principle of offering oblations to departed souls. Thus, those fathers and ancestors who, by freaks of nature, might not have a gross body of material enjoyment can again gain such bodies due to the offering of Shraddh oblations by their descendants. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Sachin?
Performance of Shraddh or offering oblations with prasad is still current in India, especially at Gaya, where oblations are offered at the lotus feet of Vishnu in a celebrated temple. Because the Lord is thus pleased with the devotional service of the descendants, by His grace, He liberates the condemned souls of forefathers who do not have gross bodies, and He favors them to again receive a gross body for development of spiritual advancement. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So we get this gross body for the development of spiritual advancement. So I think a lot of us know, right? At Gaya, that's where the Shraddh is offered to, and that's a custom. But I think we are going to pause here. After in the second para I will read tomorrow, it says essentially that, but if you are devotional, then everything is taken care of. I will read that tomorrow. So we'll pause here. And it's Thursday actually, so you have a nice long weekend. We'll see you back on Monday. And let's actually, since this has been Mahatma Vidur's and conversation, I think it's very interesting to just look at this. Let's hear this about Mahatma Vidur, right?
सरसों का ऐसा स्वादिष्ट साग तो मैंने कभी खाया ही नहीं था, और फिर ये मकई की रोटी, काकेश्री ये सब खाकर मैं धन्य हो गया।
सुन रही हो, तुम्हारे पकाए साग को खाकर कौन धन्य हो रहा है?
सच कह रहा हूँ काकाश्री, राजभवन के पकवान खा खाकर मन ऊब गया था। अब कभी हस्तिनापुर आना हुआ तो आप ही का अतिथि बनूंगा।
तब तो इस घर के भाग ही खुलेंगे वासुदेव।
अपना ये वचन भूल तो नहीं जाइएगा।
इन्हें भूलना ही तो नहीं आता भाग्यवान।
अधिपति तीनों लोक के खाए विदुर घर साग, स्वाद भरा था प्रेम का, साग बना अनु